Welcome to EdTech Tuesday. I'm Jennifer Gibson.
And I'm Rich Dixon.
Hey Rich, why don't you tell us what we're going to discover today?
We're going to take a look at the Chrome Web Store.
I think that is a great idea. And one of the things that we talk about in a lot of our episodes is the Chrome browser, being one of the best browsers to use with your portable devices.
Well, one of the things that Chrome allows you to do is to easily access a number of different free resources that will help you make best use of either your Chromebook or the Chrome browser on, say, a Windows or a Mac machine.
So the purpose of this tour, Rich, is not necessarily to go through every piece or application or extension offered within the web store, but really to show how to use the web store and what you might find there.
Absolutely right.
So how does somebody get to this special place within Chrome?
All right, they're going to visit chrome.google.com web store, or you can just Google for the Chrome Web Store. And when you get there, it's going to look just like what you see on the screen. And there's three things here on the left-hand side for us to look at. First are apps. And apps are simply links to websites. Now, there's more functionality than that.
So we should say the word application.
Yes.
And apps is the short word of that.
You could say that, but really, an app is going to link you to an existing website service. There's, again, more functionality than that, but practically that's what it is. So we can go ahead and we can search by a category. For example, I'm going to type in education.
And you have choices between apps, extensions, and themes.
Lots of different things here.
Okay.
And so we see that we have some apps here, and then we have some extensions. So let's talk about a chart making app.
That's
Lucid
free.
Chart.
Okay.
It's free. We can see that here.
It goes right into.
It's going to go right inside of the launcher, which will automatically come up. And then inside of here, I can go ahead and launch that particular resource. Now notice, it takes me to a web page address. Again, there's a little bit of information that's exchanged between my browsing habits and other bits that's a little different than just a shortcut to a web page. But anyway, we can go ahead and we can use this particular app to help us create charts. Let's flip back and take a look at some extensions. So for example, one extension that I love to use is bit.ly. This is a great extension that allows us to be able to take long web page addresses and shorten them.
I love that
Which is wonderful when we're working with students.
And you can actually go directly to their website.
You can go there as
well.
well.
But talk about why I'd want an extension versus going directly to the website.
Great. Well, extensions are a little different than apps in that they're universally always visible up here inside of the browser.
Right.
And it doesn't matter which web page you're on, you can access that resource. So let's go ahead and take a look at how this works as an example of how an extension functions. We have this particular website, and it has a number of different resources. Let's say, though,
that it's a really long address to give out to someone.
Exactly. Now, if I were to have students, in this case the content isn't perfectly suited for students, but let's say I'd written a URL on the board. If I was to try to have kids type in this URL to visit it, it can be really difficult. But I've installed this little extension, bit.ly, and when I go ahead and click on it, you can see that it brings up a shortened version of that web page, bit.ly, and then a bunch of different characters.
And they are case sensitive. I want to remind everyone, if you give this out, you have to tell people that they must capitalize.
Yes. And you can customize and do other things that you normally do with bit.ly to make that link a little bit more easy to remember and easy to write down.
Hey Rich, I'm not really familiar with themes, so why don't you go a bit more into that particular category?
Let's take a look. Themes are simply window dressing or a way to customize and make your browsing experience a little bit more customized. So let's take a look.
I would say even more fun and spicy, dashing, you might say. Oh my gosh, look at, that's a great one.
Okay, let's go ahead and try it. It's nighttime
in New York City.
Okay, so let's.
That's great. And now think about if you were doing like a transportation unit with younger kids, that could be part of your browser, and it would be exciting to talk about that.
Yes.
Or animals. It looks like they have some cats.
They have cats. They do.
Yeah.
There's a lot of different themes that are inside of here. It's going to go ahead and it's going to download for us. And after it's downloaded, you're going to see that it installs right away, and it provides us with a darker colored background here. If we go and we get a new tab, for example,
there it is.
We can see that it fills in that thematically a little bit more.
So for different times of the year on the calendar, you may be able to bring in themes that go with those events.
Absolutely.
Love it.
Well, the bottom line is that the Chrome Web Store offers a number of different free resources to be used in your browser when you're using Chrome or on a Chromebook, which makes your use of that browser or your Chromebook much more functional.